And welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Well, we know that one of the tours that you are most excited about is this absolutely huge tour being headlined by Obituary. So we thought we would actually get Donald from Obituary on the phone today to chat about this amazing tour coming up in January next year. Welcome to the show, Donald.
Right on. How you guys doing?
I am going so well. Now, mate, there are so many people excited about this tour. The Great Obituary with Psychroptic and Black Lava. Our listeners have been going nuts for this tour. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about heading back to Australia.
Yeah, we don't get there often enough. You guys, or we are so far away from you guys that we just don't get there enough. And we're so excited about this new album. So we could not be more eager to get there and to perform some of these new songs, because they really do come across very well live. And just what a lineup, what a good vibe right now. And like you said, it seems like the listeners and the fans and everybody's really waiting for this tour, and we're excited about it.
What is it about the new tracks you think are going so well live? I've been hearing the same thing from people right around the world, that these tracks sound amazing. What is it that you think about these tracks that make them sound so great live?
I guess the down, right down to the root. We've been a band a long time. We've been writing together now for 3 decades, and I just think we're really in a good spot right now when it comes to riffs and ideas and just the way they feel and the way they flow. And it's tough to make good albums, but it's also really tough to make those once the album is done, to really make it come across well live. And Obituary's always kind of been a live band, so three point something decades of being together and writing songs and playing so many countless shows over the years, that I think it's all coming together where these songs are really born to be live, and we're excited about it.
Definitely. Now, your Australian fans, we said before about how excited they are about this tour. Your Australian fans, the last tour here in 2020, it's sold out, I think, within like a week of the tickets going on sale. How aware are you of that power that you guys have here in Australia with so many fans? Is it something that you guys are constantly reminded of?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because what I just pointed on, that we don't get there enough. We've been there a handful of times in our 35-year career, so I think the fans realize when a band they like is coming, they're going to grab them tickets, because we only come every 5 years or so. This last 15 years of our career, and we are extremely in touch with that. We see the pre-sale numbers, we see the excitement on our socials, we see the comments, and if you think they're excited, you should see these band members, because we see 20, 30 different countries a year when we go and do a world tour, and I'm speaking for the whole band when I say that something about Australia gets us extremely excited and makes us feel really at home when we make it there. It's like a Florida family down under down there. You guys are just such cool people, so down to earth, so passionate about their music, and just down to earth cool people. And it reminds me of a lot of what we are as human beings as well with Obituary.
We had the guys from Creator on the show earlier as well, and they were talking about this thing that they're noticing now worldwide, where there's a new wave of metal fans coming through, and they're like the new generation. Are you guys noticing now that you have multi-generations at your shows, like people my age that grew up with your music, but now also like the younger generation coming through as well?
Absolutely. It blows us away, the amount of young people that are showing up to Obituary shows and to heavy metal shows. I mean, it's great. A couple of years back, maybe 5, 6, 10 years ago, we did start seeing that, where dudes our age that now have 10-year-old children and 12 and 15-year-old children bringing their children to it. But now you're seeing 20-year-olds showing up on their own and new to the genre and new to the music. And what a great feeling to know that there's fans out there that are finding some old school death metal and really enjoying it and coming out and supporting bands like Obituary after almost a 40-year career. To see kids half our age showing up and really going for it, it's really cool.
Do you think a lot of that comes through discovery? Like that was one of the things we were talking about with the creator guys. Is it kids going into metal stores and going through old vinyl and stuff like that, or listening to the bands that inspire the younger bands of today? Where do you think that's coming from?
I'm hoping that it's a little bit of everything. I'm
Yep.
hoping it's exactly the two things you said. You know, exploring like we used to before the internet. But we know it's also finding bands on streaming sites and on the internet, and some of these bands that have become huge, and the Slipknots of the world. They opened a lot of doors, and they still do, for young fans that find their music. But then they find old school death metal or old school metal, and it's really cool to see fans draw their attention towards this style music. You know, Obituary is the first to say that we are caveman metal. We are basic groove. We don't try too hard. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to write some groovy songs that are pretty heavy, and it seems like young people are understanding that, and that's a cool feeling.
You mentioned Obituary being around now for the better half of 4 decades. That is an absolutely amazing milestone. What do you put that secret down to? Because we see so many bands come and go these days. Like, they'll have a couple of records and then they'll be gone. What do you put that secret down to, how you guys have lasted 4 decades?
I don't really know, man. You know, I don't know how to put it into words. I don't really know. It's a lot of luck. It's a lot of hard work. It happens to be that, you know, after so many years of doing it, we are more than just what one person is in this band. This band is a logo that's tattooed on people's skin. They worship these records. It's part of the culture. We're very fortunate to be this band. We're very lucky. We don't take that for granted. We write our asses off when we write new albums, because we know that we have an entity here that we need to, you know, keep high on the totem pole, and we're super proud and super privileged to be this band and at this level of band, and seeing these young fans, and the longevity is simply because we're friends. You know, we're lifetime friends. If we're not on stage and we're not on tour, we're still probably watching sports together. And that's just the way it's always been. And you know, my brother has said it in a couple interviews when I'm listening to him, and he just simply said, we have fun with what we do, and the minute it's not fun anymore, we'll figure something out and go find something else to do. But at this point, we're having an absolute blast. Yeah.
If someone had said to you 40 years ago, when you first started out, that the band would still be going strong in 2023, what would you have said to them?
Well, it would have took me about a minute and a half to stop laughing and catch my breath to answer the question. But no, you know, that question has been asked before, now that it's been this long. And when we got in the studio and we recorded Slowly Rot, and then actually we had to go back 2 years later when we got signed and write 4 more songs and get back in there. When we finished the recording of Slowly Rot, and it was printed back then, it was printed on vinyl, it was just the most incredible thing to hold your own album. But I never once thought about a career or how many records or how many years or how many tours and shows. We were just so proud that we did it. We made an album, and we didn't even look any further than that. And then, of course, we got signed. We had fans that were reaching out to us in Europe and around the world. And we ended up getting lucky enough to go on tour and start doing this as a living. And it's just cool. We never would have guessed. I never would have thought you'd say it would be a 36-year career. And right now we're having more fun and we're more powerful than we've ever been.
Are you going to plan anything special for the 40th anniversary?
Again, it goes back to not thinking.
Yeah.
We haven't had one. There's not been one discussion about that. In fact, you know, before you said that, I can honestly say I have, and I'm usually the loud, and I know I'm the loudmouth of the band. I'm the one that brings things up. I'm the one that pushes for the live streams. I'm the one that pushes to get in the studio and start writing. And I haven't even thought of my sales pitch to my brother to start putting the seed, to plant the seed. But you know, we go with the flow as a band. everyone knows Obituary is not a band that tries to put an album out every year or every other year.
Yeah.
We just go with the flow, and when the time is right, the fans, the music, the world tells us, and we feel it, and then we get in there and we get started on an album. So I think we're just going to be like what's the saying? Like a twig on the shoulders of a mighty stream.
Yep.
We're just going to go with the flow and enjoy ourselves these years that we're still healthy and pounding it and just enjoy it.
Definitely. Now, I think we've got time for 2 quick questions. First of all,
cool.
You have these shows that you're doing in Australia are with Psychroptic and Black Lava. Psychroptic are the kings of Australian metal. How aware of these 2 bands are you guys?
Yeah, Black Lava, I am not. I cannot wait to dive into it and check it out, and I'm excited that they're a part of it. Psychroptic are good friends of mine. That brother duo is the most poisoning, brutal, amazing duo I've ever witnessed in my life. It went from Van Halen brothers for me to Pantera brothers, and now you have the brothers Dave and Joe, and it's ridiculous. Their level of talent and shred is just, they opened up my mind and my brain so much it almost scared me as a musician, because I knew I don't care how much practice I do, how many rudiments I do, how far I ride my bicycle, I'll never be able to do what Dave does behind that drum kit, and it is just awesome. It is awesome to watch, and I'm excited about those dudes being on this tour.
And they've got so many side projects between them as well. It's just absolutely amazing. So, to finish off, what would you like to say to all of the fans out there who are yet to buy tickets to this amazing tour?
Well, I can honestly say, because I saw the emails this morning, and the tickets, the pre-sales are going very well. So anyone that's planning on making it, we know money is tight with a lot of people, but save your money and get that ticket quickly, because they are selling out. I see these shows getting very close to capacity right now, and we want people to come out. We want people to experience that Florida death metal, and again, this new album, we're so excited about it. We're gonna bring it, and we're super excited about about this tour.